PYX 106.
It's 1-800-LAW-1010, 1-800-LAW-1010.com. Our buddy Paul Harding on the phone.
How you doing, Paul?
Hey, good morning, guys. Good morning.
Help us out. There's like a kid in Schenectady who bragged about beating someone up on an Instagram video, and that was enough for him to be charged. Am I getting that right?
Yeah, you got it absolutely right. I mean, he attends a party, punches someone in the nose, and stomps on a cell phone, allegedly here. And they don't really know who he is at the party. He just sort of crashed a party somewhere and gets back on social media and brags about it, and police say crime solved.
Now, but what if his little brother had hacked into his login page on the home PC and started spouting stuff off on his Instagram without his knowledge? What about that kind of thing?
Sure. There'd be enough here for probable cause. I mean, they're going to look at this and they're going to kind of maybe at that point show his picture to the person that was hit and say, does that person, so they wouldn't just run to his house and throw him in
there's
cuffs.
actual follow-up on this stuff, right?
Yeah,
that
they
makes
really
good
would.
sense.
Yep. And the police, with crimes involving youth, the first thing they do is go to social media. So even if the person isn't just admitting it on social media, which is an exception to the rule, when kids commit crimes, they often talk about it. So their friends talk about it on social media. So it is a really substantial tool that police and that law enforcement uses to sort of crack these what they call youth crimes.
Paul, gut feeling, a totally different topic. If I'm driving down the highway, some yahoo's behind me yelling and honking and starts swearing and screaming at me, am I allowed to hold my Glock up in the window and kind of shake it like, hey, leave me alone, or we got a problem?
Is showing your gun, even if it's registered, a threat? What is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be. It can be. Now, again, listen, these things can get pretty hairy, right? So the guy can be kind of pulling close to you and you're intimidated. At that point, you're just kind of arming yourself for the potential that you may be in serious bodily injury down the road.
And even more into this, like if I did that and the other guy saw me do that, is the other guy allowed to shoot me out of defense on the road while the cars are going?
Yeah, boy, that's quite a scene unfolding, at least in your mind here.
George Zimmerman's story, that's what's going on. We're talking about that.
But no, I think that showing the gun in a non-sort of threatening way, if you feel threatened, is okay. Showing the gun, pointing the gun, gesturing with the gun, under circumstances which are not reasonable.
Right.
These things can escalate to the point where they're okay, or they can escalate to the point where you are committing a crime by yielding a gun. And again, assuming that you're able to own a gun and keep both hands on the wheel. I mean, you can't talk on your cell phone, so I think waving a gun.
You get one of those little yellow triangles that says Tech 9 on board.
Yeah.
Something like that.
All right, it's Paul Harding from Martin Harding and Mazzotti, 1-800-LAW-1010, 1-800-LAW-1010.com. We love having you on the show, Paul. Thanks
Paul.
for the time.
Thank you, guys.
See you, man.